Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Baka-Talk, your favorite anime podcast. With me today is Pyrolus, as always.
What's up?
And also with me is Boom.
This should be the only anime podcast you're listening
This
to.
should be the only. All the others are completely inferior
Delete
to
everything else.
To our just talking random things that we don't know anything about.
Exactly.
So today we have an epic, normal, completely unscripted show with no ideas. We've got...
Why are you looking at that paper then?
Shut up. We've got one news thing for today, and it's kind of big. We've got the Cowboy Bebop live action trailer. The only news we have isn't even anime. Let's go.
You know, it's funny because they confused us all. Because we thought that the trailer that they released before was the trailer.
The trailer that they released before. They should have released that later, I think.
They should have.
That was like a teaser, like, joke thing about this whatever.
That was just more showing off, like, the art style of the show.
Yeah, and it looked kind of bad. And then they released this trailer, which actually looks decent.
Looks alright.
It looks decent.
Like I mean, the main thing that got me hyped was the fact Spike wanted to kill Faye a lot.
there were a few interactions that were okay. Overall, it looks like a generic Western space show.
Yes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Firefly. So that's like a Western sci-fi show.
Yeah.
But the problem is it would be really cool looking if it was anything but Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's supposed to be Cowboy Bebop, and it's looking disappointing to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me.
It looks better than I thought it would be, but it is weird. Okay, first of all, I don't really like Cowboy Bebop that much.
Yeah, I know. You're one of those that don't.
Like, I don't get, like, the Cowboy Bebop hype much from it, but I also don't get the Cowboy Bebop, like, feel much from it either.
That is the problem I'm having with it. Like, they have the music. They kind of have the same type of acting.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like the show.
I gotta say, Spike in this is not cool enough.
No, he's not. And for the actor, I was really hoping a lot more from the actor. And I'm still hoping that maybe, like, the trailer just kind of didn't show off his talents well enough.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's a good actor.
He is. I've seen him in a lot of movies.
I like his movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, he just seems bored. And, like, more bored than what Spike should be.
I feel like the acting... Like, usually, a lot of times, I don't really blame the actors for bad acting all the time. Like, if the actor's bad in everything they do, then obviously they're a bad actor. Yeah. But it's usually, like, the directors and the casting and stuff that's like, why did you get this person to do this role and then try to make them feel forced? And also, like, if they're doing something in a way that, like, looks or feels awkward, the director is like, okay, you're doing it this way, we want it more of like this. And then that's like, you know, it's kind of the director's like fault that it turns out this way.
Like the certain actor, I believe his name is John Cho, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's playing Spike.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him in multiple movies. He's very much a laid back kind of guy that, you know.
Yeah.
I think if with the right directing, probably could play a good Spike. I mean, an older version of Spike, obviously, but it's Spike nonetheless.
Yeah.
I think they needed to do his hair different. They needed to make him look more like Spike. I think that would have been more cool if they just kind of went crazy with that.
I am looking forward to... There's one character I'm looking forward to, and that's the guy that plays Jet Black.
Oh,
I think he's doing a really good job.
He's doing a really good job. What's his name?
Something
Mustafa Shakir?
Oh, not something Mustafa.
I probably butchered that. I'm sorry, but I am horrible with names anyways. You guys know that from my Japanese pronunciation, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's really doing a good job. I like his feel. I like his attitude whenever he's playing him.
Oh, yeah.
And like just the way he like interacts with the other characters, it feels very much straight out of like the anime.
Yeah.
But yet it also seems like he's doing like a slightly different. So I don't know. It's working for me.
I do like him. I think he's the best of the three. I think Faye is fine.
No, I don't
think she's very good. She doesn't feel like Faye. She feels like a generic female fighter person.
They didn't give her a lot of time in the trailer.
Yeah.
Which I think is on purpose because I don't know how much she's actually going to be in the story. Because if you think about it, besides for her own like backstory arc, she's not in the anime that much.
Yeah.
She's usually gone on a trip.
Yeah, she's gone on a trip. Or you see her like 3 times like trying to find the bounty or something like that. And like, yeah.
So far, I think in the trailer, we've seen too much of Faye, not enough of Jet Black, and I guess an all right amount of Spike.
Yeah,
like
I'd say so.
Really the only one I can formulate an opinion on is Spike. I'm not sure about Faye, and I'm also not sure on I forget how you pronounced it, but the one guy,
Mustafa Shakir.
Yeah,
Shakir.
I'm just gonna say Jet Black.
Yeah, he is Jet Black to me. He is live action Jet Black because he works really well.
He does, yeah.
I don't know yet. I haven't seen him.
Yeah,
too much of him, in my opinion.
He works for me anyway.
Just the few lines that he has worked for me.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's too few lines, in my opinion. Same thing.
They did the trailer really choppy.
Yeah, that's why I can't really form an opinion.
And I didn't like how much they seemed to be showing with the trailer. Like, it seemed like they were showing all the big bullet points just to be like, hey, we're just like the anime.
Nostalgia.
Come watch us. Yeah, nostalgia. Like, here's the penguin bounty hunter guy.
Here's the teddy bear.
Yeah, the teddy bear. Here's the guys that are like, here's the geoterrorist guys, and like, I think they even showed like the train scene.
I think
you remember the train scene from the mushroom episode? Yeah, I think they even showed that. Like, I don't know. It seems like they're trying to be like, hey, here's nostalgia. Watch it.
They can't do the mushroom episode without Ed, though. It's like Ed's episode.
I know. I don't know how they're going to do that. Unless Faye gets high. That would be kind of funny.
Or they're going to show, like, they're going to have Ed as a surprise, like, announcement in the show. Like, they're not going to mention anything and then have him show up.
Yeah. They kind of did that. Cool. They kind of did that. Not the same company, but they did that in The Mandalorian with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, they did.
Where it's like, surprise.
Something like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. That would be cool. But it's still kind of weird that a show like this, where one of the most beloved characters is Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they won't be like, here's the guy, or the person. It's not a guy. It's a girl. Yeah. Here's the girl that's playing him. Here's the whole character bio. Like, here's like a whole trailer auto himself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You'd think they'd want to showcase that more.
Like, they show in any anime that you see of Ed, they showcase. I mean, any anime you see of Cowboy Bebop, they showcase Ed a lot, like trailers for that and all.
Yeah.
Because Ed is a memorable character.
Right. So, I don't know. I am going to turn my brain off and watch the show on the 19th and hopefully have a good time.
I'm a little confused about who the audience is for this show, too. Because they're kind of going for like an edgier, more mature with like saying the F word and stuff like that.
And they emphasized it too.
Which I feel like is a weird choice. I feel like Cowboy Bebop is more like a Star Wars kind of thing. Yeah. Like it's a little more mature, but it's not like, I don't know. It feels kind of forced to me, and it feels kind of like being edgy for the sake of being edgy.
Okay, so the way the director and the way the guy made Cowboy Bebop is he based it off of the form jazz, right?
Yeah.
The bebop jazz.
Yeah.
And so all the dialogue was very smooth and very just rolling, and like the dialogue in this feels more like you said, like Star Wars. Where it's like one-liners and like cut throughs. But then they added the F word, which then they emphasized on. And I have no problem swearing in shows. But it's just kind of weird that they emphasized it.
Yeah, and it's also, once you hit that point, it becomes, like, by rating standards and stuff. It's like, mature. Okay, this is for a mature audience.
Yes.
Which I feel like is kind of a weird choice for Cowboy Bebop, because it never really felt that way to me when I watched the show.
Faye was covered in blood.
In the show?
Yeah, in the trailer. Her whole arm was, like, covered in blood.
I think it was asking
I know.
about the
What
anime.
I'm saying is
Oh,
that
the anime?
the anime
No.
wasn't as mature as the show is trying to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I think feels a little forced and feels a little janky.
Right.
I think they're going for the people that grew up watching Cowboy Bebop.
I
so.
guess. I still
They're
feel like
going-
it feels like Netflix being like, you can do whatever you want on this platform
Yeah.
kind of thing, instead of just like, this is more what how the show's vibe was. I don't know. I just feel like that, like, I'm not pro censorship, but it just feels like the story isn't really meant to be a like mature, edgy kind of show.
if
Like
they
it
wanted to
feels
do
more
that-
like a serial, like you'd watch like a while ago, you know, like a
Right.
Star Wars type thing where it's more meant for like all audiences. So
I think that's why they said, like, when they were making it, that they weren't trying to make a Cowboy Bebop rehash or trying to make their own thing. When they just ended up making a Cowboy Bebop rehash with a good excuse.
yeah.
That's what I'm afraid they're gonna do.
That's what it feels like they're doing, because that's what Netflix is known for doing.
Yeah.
You can't.
Speaking of that, I don't know if the mic picked that up, but like if they wanted to go for mature anime, like they should have done a more mature show. They just should have like picked like a Hellsing.
Yeah.
Or they should have, I don't know, picked DxD for all I
Yeah.
care. Like if they wanted to show blood, swearing, and nudity, pick a show like that.
Yeah, it just that kind of like
say Hilda, I can do it.
threw me off because it gives, I don't know, there's something about the vibe of like the Saturday morning, like, I don't know, just like the fun adventure serial thing.
Yeah.
Whereas when you start going with like, we're going to be swearing and showing more things, it suddenly becomes a more mature and like more intense kind of show. And I feel like Cowboy Bebop's more just kind of like fun and not so, you know.
Like, if you noticed in the trailer, they kind of hinted at a possible sex scene between Spike and the one girl.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
is probably completely unnecessary for the show.
Like, in the actual show, like, the only nudity you see was the guy who got the certain disease or chemical sprayed on him, so he grew breasts.
Which was like an actual purposeful, you know.
Unlike
reveal.
most anime, that's actual plot.
Yeah, it's
Not in the
actually
weird
like
way.
it's
man had
actually like a
boobs for
reveal.
plot.
This feels like they just shoved it in because we want to put it in the trailer and
Yeah, like,
Be
we're
mature.
Netflix, we have mature stuff.
Yeah.
Watch Spike and the lady that might be dead, might not be, have sex.
yeah.
All I'm gonna say is I saw Faye's arm was covered in like a weird liquid.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping I'm hoping that's like dog slobber and not like a weird innuendo type of
Okay,
thing.
I'm pretty sure that's dog slobber because he is holding Ein
Okay.
in the background.
Because like I do see like right before that you see Faye holding Ein, but then after that she's like covered in like this weird liquid. I'm just like, please don't let there be a bunch of innuendos and crap
Yeah.
like that. Like
Cowboy Bebop has, like, its vibe to me is more of just like, cool, I go sit at a bar, like I talk to this random person, I take a drink, and then someone starts shooting at me kind of thing.
well, it's supposed to be
Like-
like the characters are all very smooth, like
Yeah.
dialogue, very
Mhm.
smooth. Like even the trucker lady,
Yeah.
she still had like class to her in a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it's all supposed to be meant to be like very like elegant like characters and stuff like that, but then like in a dark gritty sci-fi world
yeah.
where you have weird bounty hunters that are like hunting you that are kind of
Mhm.
like the Penguin from Batman.
Yeah.
My curiosity lies in what not only the Japanese Japanese people who grew up watching this kind of think of it. And honestly, I found out that the original Japanese voice actors for Cowboy Bebop are going to be doing the Japanese dub.
Oh, really?
So I kind of want to watch in Japanese over English.
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. I've never listened or watched Cowboy Bebop in Japanese.
Not there, but I just want to do it because
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Let's watch the Japanese live action.
I don't know. I'm not a big one for just going to do it for the fun factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It could be interesting.
So it looks better than I thought it would be.
Well, the graphic designs look pretty neat.
Like visually it looks pretty good. I'm curious about the fight scenes because the little bit that they showed in this trailer, they looked okay but not great. They didn't show much, so I can't really tell.
I don't think Netflix has really been known for good fight scenes. Like, if I'm right, I'm pretty sure the choreography in
Because
that has always
Cowboy
been kind
Bebop
of
has always had cool fights.
Yeah.
That's always been part of it too.
I don't know. I watched a lot of Netflix original stuff and like actual original stuff, like and like Netflix studio developed. There's nothing too memorable to me.
Yeah.
Like Seven Deadly Sins has some really good fight scenes, but that's actually a different. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not Netflix Studios.
That's just an anime that Netflix.
They're just licensing it.
Yeah, rights to.
But yeah.
I don't know. It feels very similar to like Monkeys and Typewriters.
That's kind of how Netflix is most of the time.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of throw crap at the wall and see what sticks.
It'll stick eventually.
Like they have no problem canceling a show
Yeah.
and then just starting up another one because that one failed.
Well, that's because they make more money just by people clicking on it to watch it over letting it run and trying to perfect something.
I didn't mean to change this to like complain about Netflix, but Netflix now has on their app anyways, Netflix Shorts.
What?
I am not kidding you.
Oh my goodness.
See, I just still
Fast, or what's it called? Yeah, Fast Laughs.
Wow.
And if I click on this will show me a random clip from their whole library of any show whatsoever.
That's so weird.
Like I clicked on it and it showed me a clip from one of their cartoons. I think it showed me whatever it's called, Disenchanted or whatever. They showed me that clip. And then they showed me a clip from that Selfless show. I was like, both of these, I'm not interested in.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I sell the 7 Seas. I don't have to deal with my pirating sites coming out with pirating shorts.
Well, yeah, that's a nice thing about it. But I just found it so stupid that, like, everybody's trying to copy TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I think they're realizing that, like, shorts are getting big because... Also, it's just a way to, like, show a clip of a show and then someone will be like, oh, I want to watch that kind of thing.
True. Yeah,
So,
they do have the option, like, interested, watch this.
Yeah.
But then they also have the other feature of just keep on swiping.
Yeah.
And then you're like 5 shorts in and you're like, where did my life go?
Yeah.
Netflix is just Tinder.
Netflix is...
Keep
Tinder.
on swiping, look to see what you like, and then nothing likes you back, and next thing you know, 2 years down the line, you're all alone, and no one wants to like you, but you're liking everything else, and it's just... You're going down a long, harsh line.
Netflix does have a random button now.
Yep, it's just like Tinder.
Oh my goodness.
Like, literally, they have a random button that'll just play you anything. It's supposed to be catered to what you like. But I'm pretty sure they just show me some soppy rom-com. Just like, watch this. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Where's my anime and horror films I usually watch?
Overall, they can never adapt it's like impossible to make a proper anime adaptation.
I do want to watch the Full Metal Alchemist live action before I watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Because I got a feeling if I watch the live action Full Metal Alchemist, I'll be so disappointed with Netflix that when I watch Cowboy Bebop, I'm going to love it.
This is amazing.
I don't think the whole not being able to make things live action is false, because Japan does it a lot, and they do it pretty well.
Yeah, I guess they do, but I still don't think it's great. I don't think you can...
It's never going to be as good as the original. I mean, nothing will be good as the original.
The problem is we expect more from Netflix than we do a Japanese studio.
Well, that's because you don't know anything about Japanese studios.
Well, no, because we know that Japanese
budget.
studios, live-action Japanese studios, do not have as much budget as, say, a Netflix.
Yeah.
So we expect better quality from Netflix, and we never get it.
I still think that's kind of debatable, but I'm not sure if this is a...
Well, like, Japanese studios make movies for Japan. Netflix makes movies for the entire world.
I think they're more of gear for Americans, don't they?
I mean, they do, kind of do,
like,
but
they make it so there's subtitles and stuff for everyone else, but they gear it more towards Americans.
Yeah, but you see, like, people in other countries watch Hollywood movies.
Well, it's the same thing with us watching anything else.
Well, not really, because Hollywood is the biggest producer of movies and stuff in the world.
That's because America's just a big place, though.
Yeah, so everywhere
not
else
really. We only
watches, like, Avengers and stuff like that is popular in China and Japan.
But it was mainly geared towards Americans.
Yeah, it is mainly
that's what I'm saying.
Geared towards Americans. But, like, there's a higher budget because of that.
Well, it's like how Japanese studios are more geared toward Japanese citizens than they are us.
Right.
But they're not selling Japanese movies to Americans very much. Whereas Americans are selling lots of our movies.
Well, that's because Americans aren't really interested in Japanese stuff because we're all satisfied with what we got.
Yeah. So I'm just saying the budget difference is important, where they can make it look better because they have a higher budget, whereas Japanese studios wouldn't have as high a budget.
What I'm trying to say is Japanese live action animes are better because they do well with the budget they have. But then you have Netflix that has a budget of basically a full-blown movie studio.
Yeah.
And they always underperform or underdeliver whatever they're doing, it seems like. At least for live action adaptations.
It's called saving money, boom.
And I've still seen...
Well, here's the thing, though. If you make something really good, if you made the best live action Full Metal Alchemist, you had the best story, you added better character development than even the anime, you'd make so much more money than what you put into it.
Yeah, I was just messing with all their saving money.
I think part of the problem is that, like, when you adapt, like, what is the reason to watch the Cowboy Bebop Netflix live action versus just watching Cowboy Bebop anime?
For more content?
Yeah, like, you would want more content. You want something different. The problem is, it's, like, what's the benefit of watching Full Metal Alchemist live action versus Full Metal Alchemist when the live action is just like a choppy, abbreviated story of the main story?
It's not even a TV show, it's even a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. Like, what's the point of watching that when you already have it in a similar medium?
There is no point.
Like, there's no point.
Well, it's like Disney.
Like, they're not trying to make quality content.
No.
Yeah.
Like, they're just trying to do a cash grab. That's what they did with the Death Note series.
Yeah.
And with, like, I mean, I can understand, like, adapting a book, adapting a manga, because you're adding new stuff with, like, sound effects and visuals and voice acting and everything.
Well.
Yeah, like, it's so different going from manga. Like, manga to an anime isn't as different as, like, a book to a movie.
I don't know. It adds a whole nother realm. It
does add a lot.
It adds another realm of entertainment, which is why anime is such a big thing, especially in Japan. Well, besides for it being a Japanese produced thing, but, like, so many people got used to reading these mangas that have been around forever.
Yeah.
And then they started producing anime, and, like, anime is, like, it's their Hollywood.
Yeah. Like, it's moving manga panels. It's crazy. What? So, yeah, that's just the main problem I have with adapting anime to live action. It's like, what are you giving me that I don't already have from the anime? Like, what is even the purpose of this? You need to give me something more.
The only other thing I could see them doing to make them better is if they did something with the visuals that you can only do in live action.
Yeah.
The problem is the reason you watch anime
is because the visuals aren't limited.
They're not limited.
Yeah.
Like, I literally just watched Kami Can't Communicate, right? In the manga, when she gets super nervous, she has cat ears.
Yeah.
And, like, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't just make this, like, awkward cut to, like, put in cat ears.
I mean, you can, but
it'll just look so jank.
And, like, that fits in anime. But then if you try doing a visual thing like that, say you watched a rom-com, like, you watched one of Ryan Reynolds' rom-coms, right? And the main girl character, like, whenever she gets super, like, nervous, she has, like, raccoon ears or whatever pop out of her head.
I think that makes sense, like, for Deadpool. Not gonna lie.
For Deadpool. But Deadpool is all about breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
There's literally a character in Marvel called Squirrel Girl. So,
yeah.
But in a rom-com, like, with whatever, I don't know. I don't watch them, so... I don't know. Maybe that does happen. Maybe they turn into unicorns.
They do it all the time, man. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? This is just super
But you
normal.
get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, having weird visual things like that doesn't work. But, and then when I think about the other aspect of visual effects, like the Matrix style of it, combat and stuff like that, it's like, anime does that so much better.
Yeah. I think what the best case scenario for, like, Cowboy Bebop and, like, stuff like that for adaptations is don't remake the story. Make an offshoot story, make something that's kind of, like, adjacent to it or that, like, continues it.
Yes.
Like, if they did, like, an Angel Beats, like, live action or whatever, try to, like, continue with this story or have, like, a new classroom or whatever and then have it, like, tie into the old
just
show.
have a spin-off,
like,
even.
Have it different than the main show, because who are you getting to watch this? Like, the people who've already watched it are just gonna watch the original.
I mean, Pyrolis would watch it, but...
Well, I was about to say, like, not gonna lie, if they made it based off the OVA, I'd probably watch it pretty intently.
Well, the OVA is like after the...
Or remember, no, the OVA is a possibility of what would happen if he had stayed there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be another option.
Yeah, like, there's the option of either him staying there or the true ending, which is him going with her and disappearing.
Yeah. So doing something like that, just doing something different would be interesting. Like that's how they should do live actions, I think.
I'm kind of leaning towards they just shouldn't do live actions. There's no reason to do it.
They're
like, compared to, like, they've already proven that they can make anime. They've proven that with they came out with was it Castlevania. They came out, there's an anime of The Witcher now.
Yeah.
Like, they came out with those. Those are good. Those look decent. Like, they actually have good story and stuff. So like, they can make anime.
I think the best option for having, just in general in storytelling, of having live action and animation, like different adaptations and whatever, is like how Star Wars does it, where we have like the Clone Wars show and like Rebels and stuff, and then we had Mandalorian, which was a live action, and it was somewhat of a sequel to like Rebels because it had characters and stuff from it. And in that way, it's like, this is a completely different story in a different time, and like everything's different. It's just some of these characters still exist in both areas.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And I think that's like the best way you can do it. If they made Rebels live action, it would be so stupid. That would be awful.
Well, think about what you're going to say, because we're having Ahsoka coming out pretty soon.
That's
Ahsoka
true.
is a different story, but that is getting really close to the line.
It is getting really close.
Because Ahsoka started out as an animated character. And has mainly always been an animated character.
And I'm okay with animated characters going to live action. I would kind of rather Ahsoka just to be an animated show, though. But like, if they would just like... But I'm more okay with that because it actually continues and changes the story instead of trying to adapt something.
Also, Hayden Christensen is going to be Anakin, which is going to be sweet.
That is cool.
You know what they should do?
The only bad part is I think he's just going to be in flashbacks.
Flashbacks, yeah.
Or a Force Ghost. So.
Probably.
VFX tracing. That's what they should do.
VFX tracing.
That is a weird art form.
Do you know the shorts I showed you with Marshall, you filthy rat? That's VFX tracing.
There's actually a couple animated movies that are like that, and they're artsy movies, but they're pretty good.
Have you seen okay, it's like the Masked Singer, but it's a
the
Vocaloid avatar thing.
Yes.
And the avatars look so horrendous. It is hilarious how bad they look.
I was at my parents' house the other day, and the commercial came up for that, and I'm just like, Japan's been doing that for years, and it looks way better.
Looks better. Oh my goodness! Like, why does this look so bad? That even the design, like, not even like the graphics itself, just looks bad.
Yeah.
Then the design is just garbage. It's like,
what are you guys talking about?
You have to. It's called what's it called?
Virtual Singer,
or it's a new Fox show.
Yeah, it's their like 999 version.
First thing I get is Hatsune Miku when I look up Virtual Singer.
Okay, as it should be.
Yeah,
I mean, like, come on.
Show on Fox. Let's see if I can find it.
Is it Virtual?
Alter Ego?
Alter Ego. It's literally just their like 900th attempt to get away from America's Got Talent.
And oh my goodness, it's so bad. Ugh.
I don't know, like,
I'm looking at these images and like, why?
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways,
looks like
that's what it does. It looks like crappy Fortnite designs.
Where you have like Vocaloid concerts.
Yeah.
Where you can tell that it's a holographic screen because you have a giant basement block of glass.
Yeah, but it's a holographic screen and it's cool.
Yeah.
I'd rather want to watch VTubers on Ice, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Is that coming
VTubers
out?
look better than this thing.
VTubers do look
what
better.
the heck? Anyways, I just wanted to mention that because it kind of
that kind of sums up the whole America versus Japanese production values.
I think it'd be neat if there was live action shows like 2D animated effects.
Say that again.
Like a live action show with 2D animated effects.
So
that would be interesting. They have done that in like, what is it? Like Space Jam does that, right?
Oh, you're like, thinking like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Kind of, yeah. But
more like
let's take Cowboy Bebop for example. Like you've got a live action John Cho, and then a cartoon Cowboy Bebop shows up. He steps in it. Inside is normal. He walks back out of it. Still cartoon.
Okay,
all the backgrounds are like animated.
Okay,
yeah.
That would be cool.
I have to show you anime in real life because somebody made an edit of this, something similar that you're talking about, and it looks really cool. So I have to show you that after.
That would be a cool, like doing something like that with the art form would actually be really interesting.
That would be wacky.
And when you go to a fight, it goes from live action to cartoon fists, and it goes back to
or
real
if
life.
They went like if they kind of like made it choppy and made it like they cut out frames, so it got more of that like jerky kind of look to it. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out. Everything's 2D and animated besides for their heads.
And then my thing is like the main character would just be a schizophrenic who just this is just how he sees the world.
But
He's
no,
a schizophrenic.
It fix all of our problems. We could have real life actors.
Yeah.
And they can do their acting, but everything else is fixed.
Just imagine like a still head just on a body, just like moving around doing like jumping jacks stuff. It's just a still head, not moving at all with any of the body motions.
They just do like the hishy thing where they just like put their lips over the people's
That's even better. That's even better. Why don't we just do that?
There you go.
Do that.
Like I think I just fixed the whole live action anime.
Perfect. We did it.
We just put the lips and the eyes on. We'll put the lips and the eyes.
And the eyes.
There we go.
And
we have to blow up the eyes.
Yeah, just like the front of the face, just like plastered on, so like it cuts off part of their hair because it like goes down or whatever.
You have literally the anime hair like going through like their like forehead and stuff. Oh,
imagine Netflix just being like, we're gonna do live action Cowboy Bebop, and then they just do that, and everyone's like,
they literally just take Cowboy Bebop and just put the eyes and mouth over everything and have him recite
recite all the lines.
Don't give them the idea. I might have to delete this episode now. They might be listening.
Oh man. So yeah, it's interesting. I feel like the whole live action thing's an interesting debate of what it's for and what the purpose is.
I don't think anybody knows what the purpose is besides where we all know they want to make money.
Yeah, they want to make money. Also, just I guess it can be interesting just seeing what it's like in live action, but it's just weird when they're like, we want to do our own thing. We also just want to tell the same story. We also want to kind of add more to it. We're also going to take things out of it. Like, where are you going with this?
They're just rehashing the same story, but in a different way. It's like how Disney took Beauty and the Beast, or really old Disney.
Like the old, those are a good example where it's just like, what is the purpose of this movie?
Like, it's just
or
lazy.
Apparently they're just taking Buzz Lightyear. It's just like, we're just gonna redo this.
Okay, that's actually kind of a creative idea, but I don't think it's a good creative idea.
Well, I think they literally are. I bet it's gonna be the most generic sci-fi cartoon ever.
I don't know.
They redid the canon
it's
so
weird.
hard. Like, there was already a canon setting for Buzz Lightyear, and they just rehashed it.
I grew up watching the show.
Yeah,
like the Buzz Lightyear show.
Like Toy Story is great, but
like Toy Story was based in like '93. I think it was. Like it was based in '93. We didn't have the kind of technology that they're saying that we have in Buzz Lightyear. So Lightyear literally cannot be made. Based on this guy because he's in the future.
Also, I feel like it kind of ruins some of Toy Story's thing where it's like it's in present day. Like whenever the movie came out was present day at the time. So it's kind of like, hey, your toys could be living behind your back and you don't even realize it. And when you lose your toy, it's just like they went off on an adventure. You know, it's like it's a cute concept. And now it's just like, oh, we're in this like fantasy sci-fi like.
Well, we all know it's not gonna be linked to factual Toy Story besides where it has Buzz Lightyear.
I hope not.
I guess it's supposed to be like linked.
That's
in
what
the
they're
same
saying.
Universe.
They're saying
what?
Yeah,
that's what I was saying earlier. They're saying that it's what Buzz Lightyear is based off of.
Yeah, they're saying
Buzz Lightyear is based off a TV show.
Yes, from 1993.
Maybe the TV show is based off of this guy.
That's what they're trying to say. And it's like 1993 to 2040.
They're going to blow our minds. It's going to be like a Joker-like thing where at the end you find out none of it's real. It's always just a TV set. Or it's this one guy having delusions that he's in a real thing and it's all just on a TV set.
So it's just a dude. It's just a dude in a padded room in Buzz Lightyear pajamas.
Yeah. He's going to be like an Adam West Batman thing and then have like a breakdown that he's actually Batman.
The only thing I can think of at this current moment in time of what it could be and still make sense would be like Weez was saying, just a live action version of the TV show.
Yeah.
Like maybe
it would be funny if just the end of the movie, it just like the screen like goes back and you just see like
cut.
And it was like, all right, we're done here.
Yeah,
that would be great.
If it's supposed to be in the same universe, what I bet they're gonna do is like the end, whatever they're doing, like flying off into space or whatever at the end, they're gonna zoom out and they're gonna show Andy's like house and he's gonna be like sitting there at the TV. He's like, I want a Buzz Lightyear. This is gonna be looping it all the way back around.
Or it's all a delusion inside of toy Buzz Lightyear's head, where he's just like,
he's in Spanish mode.
Yes.
I could have a meal steal.
Yeah. The whole movie's in Spanish and subtitled for English.
That was the only part I liked about Toy Story 3 was the Spanish mode.
Spanish mode.
All right. Well, anyways,
this has been Toy Story movie time. Yes, sponsor break time.
Do we got our Dr. Pepper sponsor yet?
No, not yet.
We'll be back with more anime discussion as we talk about the next episode of Lucky Star.
Yes.
And maybe something else. I don't know. Just keep listening and listen through the ad and enjoy the ad.
Enjoy it. You better.
Like this video if you watch it on YouTube.
All right. See y'all later.
Ad time. And we're not back yet. This is still the ad. We're sponsored by
NordVPN
and Dr. Pepper.
We are not actually sponsored.
Yeah,
we're sponsored by everybody.
It's an
Raycon.
MMORPG, PCP, DVD.
Guys, I threw out all of our expensive headsets and got Raycon.
Nice. Wait a minute, I use these for gaming. I have a set of Raycons. Hold on a moment.
We're not actually sponsored by anyone except Anchor, but thanks to Anchor.
Thanks to Anchor for distributing and actually making our podcast really easy to do too.
Yeah,
it's actually
Anchor's
really
great.
Good.
So
nice.
We're gonna have a short segment on seasonal anime, kind of.
More like a PSA rant.
Also, I'm going.
Is this a intervention for me?
No. I'm saying this is an intervention for myself that I'm putting on myself.
Good.
Where I'm gonna start watching at least one seasonal anime so that I'll have something to talk about on the podcast, because Boom watches seasonal anime, so then I'll have something to talk about.
I'm watching 7 of them.
You watch like all of them, so I'll watch the one that you don't watch, so then we'll have nothing to talk about.
You're gonna watch Platinum End, right?
I am gonna watch Platinum
But the problem is I was gonna watch Platinum End.
Oh dang, I'm still gonna watch Platinum End though, because it's from the creators of Death Note. So I'm like, let's go. I might actually also watch that one show, Tact Op Destiny, which is
brings us to the other point.
So anime names suck. Why is this named Tact Op? Okay, new anime suck. Like Madoka Magica, cool name. Hunter x Hunter, it's fine name. Golden Stein, Lucky Star, Steins Gate,
Fairy Tail.
All these have good names. You know, Naruto is just the name of the main character.
Is it wrong to pick up a girl in a dungeon?
Then we have shows like Tact Op Destiny, which you don't even know. This is supposed to be translated to English, so English people can look at this, and it still doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to read off the list of... And there's only a couple, but I'm going to read off the list I'm watching currently, right?
Yeah.
So there's Maruko-chan, which is fine because that's Maruko-chan. That's
name
Japanese.
Of the character, whatever.
You have... Moshoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation.
Jobless Reincarnation isn't terrible.
You have Tech Op Destiny.
Yeah.
Which is pretty weird. You have Irina the Vampire Cosmonaut. Okay. You have, this is the worst one of them all, Deep Insanity, the Lost Child. That's the name of the show.
It sounds like a Bollywood movie.
Yeah, like it gets weirder.
So,
It's weird.
I'm on Crunchyroll, and there's the world. It just updated on Crunchyroll. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat.
Yeah.
I read that manga.
That
Of course you
is
did.
the title. That is not the description.
I don't know what the manga is in Japanese, but I know exactly what the anime is about, and what the manga is based on that title.
Is it good?
I'd say it's pretty good.
Cool. Well, that name is atrocious.
Yeah.
Well, like even a couple seasons ago, you had was it Before You? I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense.
Yeah, like some of them are fine because their short names are like okay, but like
let's be honest though, Konosuba's full name is God's great blessing on this new earth or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But everyone just calls it Konosuba. There's like that time I got reincarnated as a slime, which is just kind of a meme like name. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
That's called Danmachi.
All right, here's another one. Banished from the hero's party. Banished from the hero's party. I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside.
I've read part of that.
Yeah, I hate those names. Like, the beginning was banished from a quiet country. Like, that actually sounds interesting, but then it's just like, we're gonna make this a meme name, and it's
I don't know. It comes from the light novels, because light novels are getting insane with the name length. Like, it's literally 2 paragraphs. Sometimes.
Yeah,
people are like me, and they have no clue how to name stuff. They're like, well, let's just go by the description.
I know, it's like,
but shorten it up. Like, okay, like that one show, Deep Insanity Lost Child. Why don't you just call it like Deep Insanity?
Well, I think a lot of this might also stem to wordplay.
Yeah, I guess.
Because a lot of long names, they can summon them just like 2 characters.
yeah.
And it's used wordplay, and then the English translator's like, 2 characters? We're going to give you 10.
That
is
also
true.
That's part of the problem. I
But-
also, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, but America can change the title of the show.
They can, and
They've done
do.
it before.
Yeah.
But they still give them dumb names anyways.
They do.
The so this is something I just found that's really funny because I'm on Crunchyroll's like main thing looking at seasonals and stuff. I'm just at their like front page, so see what's like popular or whatever. They have spooky season, so they have like this list of like horror anime and stuff. So they have like the Junji Ito collection and another and stuff like that. And the last few that they have, they've got Demon Slayer, which it's like it's got demons in it, whatever.
Not horror, but
they've got School Live, which just looks hilarious here because it's like super bright.
Oh, that's
the
great.
next thing they have is Ghost Stories.
Why?
Sub or dub?
Dubbed. Always dubbed.
Of Ghost Stories.
It's not because you're a rabbit. It's because you're black. That's quoted from the show. You can't censor me.
I know I can't censor you.
Ghost
Just
Stories.
don't say anymore, because that's
If-
like the least offensive thing in the whole show.
If you don't know what Ghost Stories is, look it up. They turned the sub, like the original story didn't do very well because the story sucks. So then when they dubbed it, they were just like, write whatever you want, just keep the names of the characters the same. So the writer was just like, I'm gonna make this a dark comedy, and it is like a mature dark comedy. It is racist and it's very
when they have one of the main characters describing a sexual act for like a minute, just to ward off a demon, like that's gone too far.
It's
very
just a parody.
It's just a parody of itself. Like it goes really far, but it is funny, but it's very I can't think of the word.
I never even lip synced words this fast.
Yeah.
And that's the main. That's the.
It doesn't hold back.
That's the kid with glasses too, right?
Yeah.
He's actually a main voice actor now. You see him in a lot of voice.
You do.
Like,
he
in a lot
is,
of
yeah.
So,
But
I still
yeah,
call
It's
him
funny.
Jewboy because that's what they called him in the show.
Yeah.
I just can't not call him that.
all right. So we're gonna hold you to watching at least one seasonal anime
yes.
to give us something to talk about.
I don't have the right to hold you to it.
And it's only like 20 minutes of my time, so it shouldn't be
Actually,
too bad.
yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that because I don't doesn't mean that I can't hold you to
There
it
you
because
go.
I'm better than you.
Then I'll show up and it'll just be like trashing me for like an hour for not watching a
exactly.
season. We're just
Sounds good to
oh,
me.
huge news. All the shows we like got next seasons. Anyways, we just didn't watch this stupid anime episode.
Season 3 and Season 4 of ReZero were confirmed. But anyway, we just
yeah.
didn't watch.
We just didn't watch Tact Op Destiny.
So now we're going to just trash on him for the next
Yeah,
hour.
So yeah. And I do want to actually watch Platinum End because it's from the creators of Death Note, and I really like Death Note because it's my second favorite anime.
You gotta correct yourself.
Yeah.
I've been just trying to find a good sci-fi anime. Like I miss Psycho
like
Pass.
Cowboy Bebop.
That's
live
not
action.
sci-fi. That's like space adventure.
Yeah.
I'm talking like Psycho Pass or
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the other one.
Psychological.
Like
G-Gundam.
psychological, like a Ghost in the Shell. I tried watching Ghost in the Shell, but
yeah.
then I looked at the watch order and I'm like, no, I'm good watching the first movie.
Next.
I mean,
yeah.
Evangelion was pretty sci-fi,
Yeah.
but like I want shows like that. I tried watching Academia Drive, and that was really good. That was a good sci-fi, but it ended in 12 episodes, and I'm sad now. So,
I'm trying to think of all the anime I watched. Have I watched any sci-fi?
There doesn't seem to. Anime seems to have more fantasy than sci-fi
They
stuff.
do. It's easier to do.
Watch the Steins Gate movie.
I don't want to.
What do you mean you don't want to?
I just don't.
What's wrong with you?
I'm done.
Why?
I'm done with the series.
Why?
Because
You're not done. You have one movie left.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I can pretend it doesn't exist.
No, you can't. You literally
Funimation,
cannot.
Google tried suggesting it to me yesterday. I was like,
Exactly.
no, I'm
Just
not going to watch it.
Why won't you watch it?
Because I don't know. I'm not ready to, okay?
And yet you yell at me for not watching a seasonal anime when I've read more than half of them.
You can find one. Have you watched Tech Op Destiny or read it?
What's the picture look like, and what's it about?
It's about a girl that gets turned into
singing
this
stuff.
musical anime girl, and like her partner is her conductor, so he like conducts her into like fighting these anti-music aliens.
I saw the poster for that,
Yeah.
and I read the description. I said no.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like
Yes.
this.
Yeah, I said no to that.
Oh man, the visuals are so good.
I don't go by visuals. I go by, is the story interesting?
The story is really interesting.
Not to me. Something
No,
like that would not be
fine.
interesting.
You're just a killjoy.
Am I?
Yeah.
Mister doesn't watch a Steins Gate movie because
I
he just
said
doesn't
I'm not
want to.
ready yet.
How are you not ready?
It's,
You
I
literally
don't know.
watched Steins Gate
Steins Gate and
Zero.
Steins Gate Zero ripped out enough of my soul. Like I'm just not ready for the last piece to be removed. Like,
Come on, it's right there. It's primed. It's ready. Come on.
have you watched it?
Yes, I've watched.
How bad is it?
It's amazing.
Like I'm not talking like quality wise, but like how bad is it gonna make me feel?
It'll make him feel pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it then.
What do you mean not ready for it?
I don't know. Every single anime I've watched so far has like hurt me.
It's a happy ending. I promise you, it's a happy ending.
So was
It's amazing. Oh, I want to talk to someone about it so bad, but none of you guys have watched it. J Doggity Dog hasn't watched it. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to talk with this about? What am I doing with my life?
Hey, one of our fans, can you just talk to like Pyrolis on like the YouTube comments about this so he stops complaining to us about it?
But if we talk about it in the YouTube comments, it'll be spoiled for you. Like, come on, man, come on. I can't have it spoiled for you.
Steins Gate movie. I'm looking it up. Where can I watch the Steins Gate movie?
Funimation.
Nice job. So you even know where to find it. You knew off the top.
I
of your
know
head
where to find. I know
it.
where to find every anime. That's my job. I don't know why you're so upset about this. I'm just not ready. I will watch it eventually. I'm just not ready yet. I just finished Steins Gate Zero like a month ago. I'm not ready.
I finished it all within a week.
Yeah, and that's why you are the way you are now.
What do you mean? I am amazing. I
You're
am perfectly
depressed.
fine. I was depressed before.
That's true, but now you're more depressed.
No, I'm not. I was happy. I'm feeling fine. Now I'm just waiting for the rest of it to come out.
I mean, you were hitting on my Google Home Assistant, so
I've always done that. It's not because of Steins Gate. That's because I'm depressed, lonely, and I feel like I'm never gonna
I think
find
it just
anyone.
reminds you of Amadeus. So
No, it does not. If I want to do that, I just go right to my Amadeus app and I just talk with her all
yeah,
day.
I forgot that you have that. All right. Anyways, do we want to like hard segue from me and Pyrolis arguing to, like, I don't know, something decent quality content.
This is decent quality content. I'm yelling at you. How is this not decent quality content?
I don't know. Podcasts usually just don't. Well, yeah, they do devolve to people yelling at each other.
Exactly. I've only seen one podcast, and I already know that fact.
You watch the most low quality podcast.
It is not low quality. Never ever call Forehead Fables low quality ever again.
What is Forehead Fables? I thought you were talking about the other one.
Which one?
The, what's his name?
General Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Forehead Fables.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that is the most low-quality anime.
How is it? How is it the most low-quality podcast?
The things you've told me, the things you've showed me, it's just like, he's just a meme lord.
It's amazing. I love it. He's hilarious.
I don't know. I watch podcasts. I watch podcasts. I listen to podcasts, and I do watch podcasts.
I watch podcasts.
That have a little bit more content. Just a little bit more.
There is so much content in there. How is there not any content in there? What kind of content are you talking about?
I don't know. Like, people actually having good discussions?
They're having good discussions.
About what?
About why the McDonald's burger is low quality versus to the Burger King burger, and how one was wrong, one was right, and now one doesn't know what taste buds are, and how they need to scold them and get new ones.
That's a pretty savage line, not gonna lie. It's pretty epic.
I mean, I guess it's some type of content. I thought it was just them screaming like monkeys for an hour.
No, I've never said that, nor have I ever shown you that. Why would you think that?
I don't know, just the way you describe it sometimes.
I've never described it that way.
I don't know. Maybe I was just basing it off of you.
I don't scream like that.
You're gonna get me kicked out of my apartment.
That will make great content. We'll just be like, we talked about the Steins Gate trailer and we got kicked out of our studio? Question mark.
Let's interview Boom on the side of the room.
So the Joe Rogan podcast has Joe Rogan just going full ape, and we have Pyrolis just going full monkey.
Yes.
Wow. You're over there watching Ape Man and saying my stuff's trash. All right, I saw it as Mr.
Joe Rogan is not. I don't know. I'm not gonna defend him. I'm also not gonna talk bad about him because he's #1 podcaster. So
I know he must be doing something right.
He does. He's got good interviews.
Cocaine.
I think that's the one drug he doesn't do.
Some of the most famous authors and comedians and stuff are just super heavy drug users. So that's just
that's the secret of life, cocaine.
That's the secret to creating good art.
That's
which is
why
what we're
you
doing
always
here.
sound so high.
Yeah, that's how my books are gonna be amazing. You can check out
my goal in life is to make enough money to where I can afford a cocaine addiction. That's all I want.
Your brother literally just posted on Discord, I have no moral compass, and I feel like it just adds so well to this argument right now.
That's because he's a rat. He's
he put a question mark. He said, I have no moral compass? He's questioning this.
He doesn't. He's a rat.
He's trying to figure out.
We've got to help him through this, so I'm just going to say, no. No, you don't.
He's a rat. Of course he doesn't.
Which, by the way, I mean Pyrolis' brother. I mean our guest from a couple episodes ago. So.
Yeah, you can go check out that episode. Just go back a few episodes, and it's called Interviewing a Weeb.
You know what I realized today? You know how I joke around calling him a rat and how he acts like a rat?
Yeah.
His Chinese birth year is the year of the rat.
It's great.
Dang, so you're not insulting him. You're just
I'm being honest.
You're being, you're
he's just a rat.
Helping, yeah. So anyways, we are on to our Lucky Star talk. I know you've all been waiting for it. Where we talk about Lucky Star. We're on episode 11 because last week we were on episode 10.
Woo!
So,
yes.
Yeah, pretty epic. Lucky Star. This episode, what did you think about it, Pyrolis?
I thought it was great. My favorite part was where they were going through the shock and they were like, no, yes.
Yeah.
And the dad got shocked on the way home. Konoda's dad got shocked on the way home, and then he proceeded to electrify himself more. And Konoda's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I want more power." Then he goes shocked, so like, "I need more."
The dude's just Emperor Palpatine.
I think he was just enjoying the electrical shock too much, like some type of weird weeb guy.
I think it was the only sensation I felt similar to a woman since his wife died.
Probably it's like, I want to spark back in our relationship.
That scene had almost all of us nearly in tears.
That was hilarious. See, this is the thing about Lucky Star. It goes from just like really casual conversations with like kind of a punchline that's just more.
They were talking about how they were falling asleep during a train ride and like missing their stop, which was funny. Boring.
Yeah,
it was boring to me anyways.
Especially when they showed it in practice.
I thought part of it was funny because it was kind of extreme, where it's just like, especially when Konato was talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
When the other ones were talking about it, it was just kind of like a normal conversation. But when Konato was talking about her dad like falling asleep, the train goes on its like whole route and then goes back.
She said it did it multiple times.
And it does it multiple times. So every time he woke up, he didn't know which way he was going or like where his stop was.
That is kind of great. But
for the most part, it was just like random conversation where it's like, I almost fell asleep. Like, I always woke up. It's like, sometimes I missed my stop. And then it goes from those conversations with one character just kind of like makes fun of the other character. Yeah. And it just feels like friends hanging out.
We're tying the dentist thing in
It's not super, like the dentist thing. Yeah, the dentist thing is a perfect example where she's just like, I have these cavities, and it's like, oh, how'd your dentist appointment go? It's like, well, I was thinking about that, and then I was worrying about it so much that they're going to find other cavities, so I just didn't go.
Yeah.
And then she just made a comment about her, like, talking so nonchalantly about something so important.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was a conversation. It wasn't hilarious. I thought it was entertaining. It was just like,
I think the best joke, and they did it again with the build-up. At the very beginning of the episode, they're talking about Christmas cakes.
Yeah.
And how they're not really Christmas cakes when they go on sale. And like they kind of mention how like lonely people buy Christmas cakes afterwards because like
they're really going with the age and like Christmas cakes are like people at your the 25th. They're not really.
Oh yeah, they were doing that joke. And then the teacher. Which is a 27-year-old single person
walking behind them.
Walks behind and hears them, and then after Christmas, she finds Christmas cake half off because it's after the 25th, and she just grabs one. And she's like, "I'm not leftovers."
Yeah, she's like, "This isn't leftovers. This is a good cake, and that's why I bought it." See, there's jokes like the dentist jokes. Then they go to jokes like that, where it's just so hilarious. The comedy
build-up is great.
It is so good.
Because, like, they get you with a laugh, like, with the train scene, where, like, you're saying they show an actual, like, thing where Kanata falls asleep.
Yeah.
And then is, like, forced out of her seat, so she has to, like, stand up and it's like she's dozing off. Which is kind of funny because they were talking about falling asleep on a train before. Mm-hmm. And then they go to the electrical shock thing, which was hilarious. And then they just get you at the very end with this whole loop around joke about the being too old and, like, being, like, half off after the 25th.
Partially, too, this joke has been set up for so long because we already know the teacher has a thing about being like, because when she's talking to the cop lady and they're just like, she's like, oh yeah, she's joking
about like the two singles,
and it's like and it's like, dude, this is fine, and we're like, she's just she obviously has a hard time being single, and is trying to cover it up, and then the cop's sitting there just like, I've been married for 4 years.
I think it's funny how Konada's aunt was at the house because her husband wasn't home yet and she was drunk, and she gets the phone call and like, oh, you're on your way home? You just want to surprise me? She's like, instantly it turns from drunk to...
He was trying to surprise her, but since she left and locked up the house, he couldn't get inside.
That was amazing. So there's like... So the whole joke about the teacher like being depressed, being alone, just like... It just goes through the entire story, and we already know that about the character.
Yeah.
And that's what's so great about Lucky Star is it's such an in-depth dive into the characters because you see them doing the most mundane, normal things.
Yeah.
So you almost know them like you know a friend. Like you just know how they talk, what they talk about what they like, what they dislike. You can just go through all of that, like what their personality is like and like how they think about things, and you know like so much about them. So then when there's a joke, it just fits so well with the characters because you know that's what they're like.
Well, it's the same thing with the pink-haired girl. Like, we know that she's afraid of the dentist. She's talking about it all the time. They mentioned the dentist 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
We watched her go up to the dentist building, freak out, and just, like, walk away.
Yeah.
So, of course...
That was her missing the appointment.
Yeah, that was her missing the appointment.
Oh, my goodness.
They looped it all around where, like, the one girl's like, oh, how was your dentist appointment? And she's like, oh, yeah, I couldn't go.
Yeah.
So, like, it's cool how they do that.
Yeah, it's so cool. And because of all those setups, you just get the most hilarious jokes. Like the teacher just like buying the cake and being... And it's just so funny how insecure the teacher is. That the girls, you know, it's just your students are just talking about this, and then while she's walking by, and then and it's also that first joke is just you just see the teacher walk behind him. You see nothing else. Like that was the entire thing, and then it sets up the joke at the end where she just buys the cake. It's so
I don't know.
amazing.
It's kind of great how they turn. Of course, it's Japanese culture and Japanese life, but they turn Monday life. And they kind of emphasize the funny parts.
Yeah.
Like when we're together as friends, like we'll laugh at stupid things that we do, or stupid things that happened, but we don't really think about it being as like a comedy.
Yeah.
But they emphasize in the show, like, normal life is hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, it's like how Konada was talking about how we should be teaching all the kids martial arts because kids kept on getting. There was a series of kids getting nads recently. We just teach them martial arts and they can just beat them all up. And then the other girl's like, well, I mean, if we do that though, then won't that just create a bigger problem when they grow up and start nabbing kids?
That was amazing.
That was really cool.
Because it's like, we'll just teach all the kids martial arts, and then they can defend the attackers. It's like, what happens if the kids grow up and then they're the attackers, and then they know martial arts now? It's like, And
that was kind of cool where she was like talking about, well, at least it teaches them self-respect and stuff, and it's just like, but you know martial arts, and she's like, oh,
it's like, oh. And so just conversations like that are so great.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really loving how this show, and I just figured it out with this episode, where they're taking the mundane and making one of the best comedies I've ever seen out of it. Like the whole electrical shock thing, right?
Yeah.
We've all thought about in our head how this is hilarious, right?
Yeah.
Like I've been in Walmart before at the chip aisle, and I went to grab a bag of chips, and I don't know what happened if like my watch or something like electrically charged me, but like I grabbed a hold of the rail and it shocked me for a second where I couldn't let go. In my head, I thought it was like, oh, this is weird and kind of funny.
Yeah. And so having also just the cut of them just being like, ow, 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 no.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, yes, and opens it up, no problem.
And they go to the two sisters touch each other and there's a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad used to do that to me all the time. I'd see him shuffling up to me and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, get back. And he'd just charge me. It actually sucked because he had, I think my whole family's just electrically charged. Like I've been electrocuted 8 times now.
I mean, those afros you guys grow kind of conduct a lot of electricity.
But like I have been physically, like fully like hooked up to electrical system electrocuted. Before. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I think we're gonna die from like a light bulb or something.
Lightning strike just gonna hit you.
My family's version of that game was everyone liked to grab each other's hand and like, oh, I'm gonna grab the electric fence. Oh, I'm gonna grab the electric fence, and they'd like try to get me to be at the end of it. Whereas I would just what I did when last time they tried to do that, so they don't play this game with me anymore. But I just grabbed their hand, grabbed the fence. Because like they're like being so sissy.
Yeah, because it just finishes the whole loop. So
like they're like, come on, grab my hand so I can grab the fence. I'm like, well, I just did it for them because they just didn't do it. So like,
oh, that's
I'm
great.
not afraid of it.
That's amazing.
Also, I was wearing rubber boots.
Oh, that's great. Soles, that's great.
Which I didn't notice at the time, but I noticed after the fact that I didn't get shocked. And it was great. But everyone else, they got shocked.
I've never been really hurt by electric fence, and I've been like hooked. I've been touching a fence that's supposed to be charged for like 100 feet. And it was only like a 40-yard fence, or not yard, but like a 40 feet fence.
Have you ever accidentally peed on one?
No, I've been smart enough not to.
Well, when it's dark and you're like 12 and you need to pee.
Yeah.
And no one warns you that there's an electric fence.
Yeah, I've almost had that before, but then I've like heard like the snap, and I'm like, oh, I should not pee.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. I just went, and then it came back.
Nobody knows the feeling of that until you've been electrocuted by electric fence.
That sounds awful.
It was awful.
So only country people will
hilarious.
get this, unless you've been to the country and gotten electrocuted by electric fence.
You guys want to pee on electric fence? Know my pain?
No, I'm good.
No,
It's not the greatest.
I've been electrocuted by subway signs, electrical outlet, a light outlet. I have been electrocuted by electric fence, but not by peeing.
What kind? Like a cow fence or?
It was a cow fence, and it was meant for like 100. I think it was 100-yard fence, and it was only hooked up to a fence that was like 40 yards.
I don't know how big it was, but it was a fence with the steers in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
No,
Anyways,
it wasn't.
off this tangent.
So, the last thing we have to mention is big news that the girl at the end from Lucky Channel is going to be in the main show
She
on
is.
the next
Next channel.
episode.
Oh, right.
Like, and I like how she was arguing with Sebastian. Like, what? You think you're bad at me just because you? You're not gonna make action figures. So he's like, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Right.
That was great.
That's
He's
gonna
just
be
like,
interesting.
He's just like, oh, welcome to the main show. She's just like,
Do you
You
think she's
think
gonna?
you're
Do you
better
think
than-
she's gonna like? There's two options. She's gonna do really bad. She's gonna freeze up really bad, or she's gonna like break the fourth wall.
I feel like she might just be awful. Like her line delivery is just gonna be like she's supposed to be excited and just be like super dull or
Yeah.
something. Like I feel like it's gonna be or more likely she's gonna be like in the background, like just walk past
And they're gonna
do
make
nothing.
they're gonna make a whole joke where like, oh yeah, you see me. And it's just like a corner of her
yeah,
pigtail.
it's probably gonna be something.
It's gonna be
like
something like that. It's gonna be great.
Or this is where the dark part of the anime comes in, where I was talking about. She's just gonna kill someone.
Run them over with a truck.
Something.
They get isekai'd to a new world.
that. So yeah,
That's gonna be interesting.
this was a really good episode.
Yeah, this podcast episode was really good.
I was talking about Lucky Star.
Oh,
That was a really great Lucky Star episode.
Yeah.
It was a good episode of Lucky
it
Star.
was.
So
Yeah, I'd say it's like mid tier for Lucky Star so far.
any
Honestly,
episode
it's
that
mid.
makes me laugh out loud in Lucky Star, as much as that one did, I give it high marks.
Yeah, that's true.
It was pretty hilarious.
The build up was a little slower than most episodes, though.
Yeah.
To me, anyways.
So, good episode. What do you think, Pyrolus? Final thoughts on the
Potato
episode?
out of potato, as per always.
Yep.
Pretty
Great.
good. Loved it.
Great. I give it 2 potatoes out of 2 potatoes.
Nice.
I give it our potatoes out of our potatoes.
Dang.
Nice.
So I think that's
Why are
it.
you giving them our potatoes?
Because it's our potatoes.
But I want my potatoes.
No, it's our potatoes.
I think that's it for today's episode.
Of Lucky Channel!
Lucky Channel. Bye,
Baka
Nick.
Channel.
But before we say bye, we have a whole bunch of garbage to tell you.
No, we don't. If you like this podcast, just tell us some friends. If you want to listen to this podcast, if you're listening to this podcast and you want to find a better place to listen to it, you can find it anywhere that you can find podcasts.
Yes, we are not exclusive to any one platform
Yet, until they pay me.
until they pay us. Then we're totally exclusive.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're
we don't.
going to Xbox, boys.
We're going we're going to Xbox Live. You can check us out there.
Where we can receive all the hate mail.
I've been thinking, because of the conversation we had during the break,
Yeah.
you know, if you guys have any trouble in life, you guys want any tips or advice, send us in a message
And we will give
help
you-
you. Dating advice, parental advice, where to hide a body advice,
Like
any
This
advice.
could be
any
fun.
advice.
Any advice.
Send us
Anywhere.
questions. Yeah.
So you can send us questions on Twitter at TalkBaka. You can send us a comment on YouTube on
Baka-Talk Studios.
Baka-Talk Studios on YouTube. With this episode, I will release a question, any life advice you need, because we can do that on Spotify, so you can answer it on Spotify.
Cool.
And then, yeah, if you have anything that you want advice on,
And then you can email us at Baka-Talk,
right,
askbakatalk@gmail.com.
you got it.
askbakatalk@gmail.com. You can send us your question, and then we will definitely be very ready to read that, because it'll be on the email, and it'll be like sending in a letter to your favorite TV show. It'll just be like Lucky Channel.
Yeah.
And
so we have to let Pyrolis answer it first.
yes,
I'll answer every single one of them.
We'll see if we agree with him and if we can give him better advice.
Basically,
There's no better advice.
If you know how this podcast goes, that's what you can expect from the advice.
There is no better advice than my advice.
So
that's what you can expect.
Prior law agreement does dictate that we have to say that we are not medical professionals, we are not financial professionals, and we are not psychiatrists.
I'm a self-proclaimed medical psychiatrist and financial advertisement professional.
You also identify as an Apache Tech helicopter, so
I am a T-34 tank now. That's been changed recently.
Oh,
thank you very much. Why, very insensitive of you, Boom. Anyways, I am also a gamer.
Which makes sense is why you're a tank now.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want some bad advice, hit us up. Also, you can check us out on Twitter, and you can send us whatever. Did you give the name of the...
Yeah, Talk
Okay. So
I think I gave it all with that whole spiel. So
yeah, so you can hit us up there and just say anything. You don't even have to give us like a advice, ask for advice. You can just say you can say hi. You can start a conversation and just be like, you know what? I think Steins Gate's kind of mediocre, and then we can be like, then we can hate on you. Yeah, you can have like that one comment, and we'll just have like, all of us will comment underneath it. The official Baka-Talk Twitter, even the Look Behind You Twitter, which is Behind You Pod, will chime in and say, this is a horrible opinion. And you can check out Look Behind You, which is Boom's other podcast, his better podcast, where he goes over the supernatural, paranormal, and everything in between, where you can find out about things like the Winchester Mansion, or time travel, or like the Wolfman, or whatever. They go over all kinds of like things like Bigfoot and all those like crazy legends, and lots of them you probably never heard of.
Probably. I mean, we do a lot of big ones. Our most recent episode that's going to be coming out the day after Halloween is actually going to be the history of Halloween,
which is cool.
So yeah.
You're going to include how it was banned in America because of the drunkards?
It was not really banned, it was changed.
Oh, okay.
Because, spoiler, kids were actually rioting to the point where they had to change it, where they had to give the kids candy. Because the day before Halloween was actually like an unofficial holiday where kids would just go and wreak mayhem on the countryside. So they made Halloween more of a kid-friendly holiday, so that way they would stop, like, I don't know, disassembling carts and putting it on people's roofs.
That makes sense why it's trick-or-treat.
That's pretty epic.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because they're just, it's more like, give me candy or I'm going to mess you up.
No, it was literally like, give me trick-or-treat, and, like, they got tired of, like, God, like, waiting for God to, like, bring judgment down on the people. So it's like, yeah, I'm just going to go wreck mayhem on this person's house because I don't like them.
So, anyways, there's interesting things like that you can check out on Look Behind You podcast, which is also available on any podcast that Baka-Talk is.
Yeah,
platform. And YouTube,
Twitter,
where they also have like a special side show that I haven't listened to because it's only on YouTube.
Well, yeah, we just did that because of licensing.
Yeah. So
music licensing is expensive.
Yeah. So anyways, what else do we have? We have our Steins Gate visual novel playthrough.
Yeah, we do.
Is episode 2 out yet?
Yes.
Nice.
Episode 2 is out. So go check it out at Baka-Talk Studios on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can search Baka-Talk Studios, and I'm pretty sure we come up.
Yes, I believe so.
You can also check out Boom at SirBoom9 on Twitter, where he posts occasional things.
I talked about both my arms being sprained.
Yes.
That was fun.
How is that going?
They're in pain currently because I have to use them, but they're doing better.
Well, that's good. And you can check out you can message Pyrolis because he doesn't use Twitter that much, but he's also on Twitter at Pyrolis2.
Yeah, I am.
And then you can check out me on Twitter. I am at KBW Author because apparently I'm an author. But I also have a YouTube channel, which is just KBW. If you search KBW anime in the search bar in Google, it'll come up. Or you can go to my Twitter and then click on the thing. You can also go to I have like a TikTok, which I don't really post on. Mostly I have also a, what's it called? Instagram. And you can follow me on Instagram at KBW Author. And I'm on Facebook because Instagram lets you check. Instagram lets you check this little thing that says also post to Facebook, and I'm like, yes. And Facebook is one of those things where they'll actually, like Twitter, they'll let you post a link to a YouTube video that you can click on and go to the YouTube video, unlike TikTok and Instagram, which don't let you.
Has that been frustrating?
Wait, what site will let you do that other than
Facebook.
Twitter?
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So, anyways.
Nice. Now we're getting on Facebook thanks to you.
Well, I've actually been thinking about it because
She's making excuses now. We're getting on Facebook now.
well, there's podcast promotion groups on Facebook.
And you know why Twitter's so toxic? Because it's the best app, so everyone goes there.
Yes, it is.
It's so much better. The only thing it doesn't have is like an edit button, which would be kind of nice.
No, the reason they don't have an edit button is it's supposed to force people to think about what they're gonna write,
which they do not.
Instead, you just get unrecognizable like words.
Yeah, you get like terrible typos and stuff.
Yeah.
So just having like an edit button for that, or even if it only let you edit within the past like 30
2
minutes
seconds.
of post.
Like,
yeah,
not
like,
even like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Give me 10 seconds. That way, when I post
like
it,
2
I read
minutes.
it.
Yeah, 2 minutes after posting, you can edit it.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Because there's been so many times I'll tweet something, I read it, I'm like, oh, I missed that.
Because I could understand someone posting like some political statement and then everyone like agrees with them and then they just post something like horrible and then everyone's like, yeah, that's so right on. Yeah. And then it's like, this whole comment section is canceled. But
yeah.
So I could see why they wouldn't, but other platforms do it. You can just hit the edit button and you just edit your post. So that would be nice, Twitter. But otherwise, Twitter's way better than everything else for just its user interface and everything. It's so much better.
Here's another one. One more question before. I know this has been a really long outro.
It has, but I've been trying to make it entertaining so people will actually listen to it.
I have one more legitimate question, and I might edit this that way we actually get the questions answered. Do people want a Discord? We have a small following, right?
That's
true.
true.
Do people want a Discord? Like, it'd be small, of course. It'd only be like a couple people that actually listen to this.
I will lord over you.
That would be a lot better for people to like communicate with us.
That would be cool. Then people can just post right on the Discord.
Yeah. And then they can post stupid articles they find. And
and they can have stuff for us to talk to
us
about.
Sam Discord.
What?
We have a meme channel that's going to be deleted because too many people posted the N-word and Nazi propaganda.
Well, and then we just make a new one.
There is no new meme channel in the General Sam server. People keep on posting Nazi stuff.
Wow. That sucks.
Dang.
Our meme channel would not have Nazi
They
stuff.
had certified memers.
Oh, wow.
And they were still doing it.
Dang.
The sad thing is, some of those things were really funny.
The worst ones are the funniest.
I know.
So anyways, So let us know also on those other platforms if you want a Discord server to talk to us in. And then you could just...
You can literally make a Twitter account, say yes to Discord, and then delete your Twitter account. I'll see it, and then I'll just make the Twitter account.
It'd be so
or
great.
no, the Discord account. So then you don't have to use Twitter.
You could also give us anime recommendations. You could give us topics to like talk about. You could like give us notes so that we don't have to do any work for this. That would be amazing.
That would be sweet.
And you could check out articles and like send it to us if you want us to like review a CBR article or like some kind of news thing that's interesting to you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, the meme channel was great until Discord was being a butt about it. That's
you are way too far away from the mic, dude.
Oh, yeah. No, that's because I was leaning back.
I know.
No, it's because Discord was being a butt. That's why.
It would be great if we could just get a group of people to just post memes too. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And then we could review your memes and just be like a normal YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And get millions of views with no effort. Let's go.
No effort group. Let's go.
No effort.
High five. Give me a high five.
Yeah.
Okay, far away.
Anyways, let's wrap this up before
We're
people
gonna
die of
wrap
boredom.
this up. That's all for us. This has been Baka-Talk. I'm running out of energy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for consuming.
Bye.
Janya.
See ya, luckies.
Now, don't you ever take take my light from me ever again. You understand me? I am the star of this podcast. You are worthless. You are nothing.
I'm sorry.
Don't make me get you fired.
I didn't mean...